Oh my God, we are live. All right. Oh my God. Right. We're ready to go. We are playing episode 12 now. We have a full score. We have a dozen of episodes now of Pirates of Drinax. I didn't think we'd make it, but here we are. But we are live now. Welcome back, Pedro Teledrift, to the crew. Glad to have you in here, and actually, in kind of like a crux moment. So I'm really glad that you're back. You're here in the clutch uh, moment. Uh, Linda's character, Miss Penny. I'm blanking on a name. Penny something.
Pennyweight.
Pennyweight was not able to make it with us today. It is a 4th of July weekend, so I completely get it. But yeah, we are here. We're ready to go. We're ready. We're doing this thing. We're going to try to conclude Treasure Ship today. I did not think it would take this long, but it has, and we're here, and hopefully we'll wrap it up today.
So this is an example to all our young future GMs out there that no well laid plan survives contact with the player.
Nah, I was thinking.
Nope.
I was thinking
like
maybe
any
2-3 scenarios. Yeah, 2-3 scenarios tops.
Oh.
And we're on like our fifth scenario, the fifth session of this scenario. Yeah. So, but that's all right.
If we work together, everybody, we can do this for another 2 or 3 also.
You definitely could, and
Oh, yeah.
I'm completely down for that. I mean, this is the scenario that keeps playing itself. So
We can all take a week off and go ziplining.
Go zip lining. Nice. All right, so when we last left off, I think Rick's character just killed Marine Commander Salvestes with a stunner or something. Jammed a chip slot.
I deprogrammed him.
Yeah, I deprogrammed him like by frying his brain, but and has been lauded for saving the ship yet again by the captain. and we had done the raid on. We didn't do it, but the Marines have done the raid on Dumar's ship, and that was being carried out in full view of Betty and Elise's character down on the tarmac of the starport, and they watched the exit of a data pad via laundry cart to the Harrier. Somebody had surreptitiously tossed the data pad into the laundry cart that was parked over by Dumar's ship, and pushed it on right towards the Dragnar, the Harrier. So I believe we had Teller's character at least fish it out. So we know that it is like a data pad with no battery in it. So we assume that there's something on it. We don't know what. So we are there at that moment. Basically, yeah. Let's pick it up from there. Teledrift, you've got the data pad in your hand. The trick is like you can communicate telepathically with Betty, so you have contact with somebody on down there without having to worry about comms. That's worked out really well so far. So you can basically talk freely back and forth with Betty's character because you do have that mind link thing going on. So that's good. So I'm sure like Betty's like, have you guys gone up the ramp to the Martin II, or are you guys still down at the bottom of the ramp watching surveying all the carnage from the Space Marines? What is Betty and Elisa doing?
We had popcorn and we were standing at the bottom
That's right.
of the ramp.
And big slurpees from big gulp from Sparrow, the Sparrow logo on the side. Only the classiest of eateries for Betty and her crew, for Hashna.
High class.
Sparrow, love it. So you guys are watching that going on, and yeah, you just literally see Teledrift like fish out the. He's like about 100 yards away, across from the starport there. You just barely see him like pull out the thing, kind of hold it up to you, looking at you guys. He's like, I don't.
Like I'm pressing the on button and it's not turning on.
Yeah, it's not turning on. That didn't even give me a 0%. What the hell?
You lost that love and feeling.
Turning in the front and back, and I'm like, okay, that's what's wrong. Okay, no battery.
Yeah, there's no battery.
Where's our space Radio Shack?
I mean, these things are pretty common. I mean, there's chances you probably have like 20 of these on board the Harrier. You probably swap out a battery from one of the data pads. It's basically like a bigger version of it's like a iPad or something like that.
Okay.
But yeah, it's something. Yeah, you could definitely swap out a battery from one of yours on the ship and make that happen.
I'll go over and join Hashna and Eve. I'm like, we gotta go back on ship if we want to find out what's on here.
Yeah, we should probably do that not on our ship.
Yeah. Definitely not going on that ship over there.
Oh, but and you see them like drag out a couple, like the Space Marines have like basically thrown out a couple bodies and they've hit the tarmac like bodies. They're pretty much whole and intact. They just throw them out and they hit the tarmac like meat. Crunch. And they do lead out Dumar. She is cuffed. She is conscious. She's not doesn't appear to be damaged. But she is cuffed, like hands behind her back kind of deal. And they are walking her towards the Martin II. Teledrift, are you there at the Martin II with them, or are you doing this telepathically from your ship? What are you doing?
Well, considering how I grabbed the communication pad from the bin that Hashna and Eve took out.
You assume Dumar pushed that from her ship to yours.
Right.
And Betty and them are over across the tarmac at the Martin II, the treasure ship.
I've made my way to Hashna and Eve.
Okay.
So, I'm like, yeah, we should skedaddle.
Yeah, we probably should.
Yeah, we should get going. We'll see you later, little Cleo. Because I believe little Cleo was at the bottom, right?
Yeah. He was getting the weapon back from you and checking you all back in. So you're not. You gotta sign back out then. Yeah. I had you signed in, but now if you're leaving, you gotta sign back out. So you're doing that, and again, you're seeing like this lift officer Jen and one of the other Marines. Coming back with Dumar in cuffs, and Dumar just kind of gives you like a slow wink as she's getting led up the ramp to the ship. And lift officer Jen, she goes, "Man, that was refreshing. I've been able to cut loose in a while. That was good. That was good times." Yeah, she's like, it was good. Did you see that one's like arm kind of flail when I threw him out?
Was that you?
Yeah, that was me. It was oh, hey, how you doing? Are you friends of Hashna?
Yeah, he's part of our old crew.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, how you doing?
Hashna, remember your crew. Little Cleo might be standing there being jealous.
But so that's so he's talking, and the other Marines like Jen. She goes, "Oh yeah. Sorry, see you later. I gotta go." In her big heavy Space Marine armor, chunk, up the ramp, and they're back in the Martin II. So Rick and James, you guys hear over the alarms. That it's not really an alarm, but like an announcement on the ship. And they're like, warning, clear deck C, incoming, I guess, prisoner, incoming prisoner going to the brig, clear deck C. And so like, basically it's the warning, like, get out of their way. Yeah. So that's being done. And anybody that you can kind of tune on the cameras and stuff. In the Martin 2, you remember there was like cameras in different spots. You already scoped out there were a couple places where you can't be seen by like the launch bay and stuff like that. That you can't. That there's like a spot there that you can't be seen. But you can go like to deck C, which is the crew deck. There's like a makeshift brig, which is mostly a closet. Like they clear out a closet. They don't really have a brig, but they clear out a large closet, like storage room, and they you see them like march her in there, and close the door and lock the door. You can see her on the camera. The big tall statuette. She's like the Lady Dimitrescu of Traveler, I guess. she's like I like like 6'2", 6'7" in heels, but with the big hair, the big 60s lion mane kind of hair. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Going full like Julie Newmar, Catwoman.
Imagine all of the atmospheres you could have to destroy with getting that hair teased that high.
Yeah. It's probably got one of those Jersey bumps underneath it, kind of lifting it up.
Classy. Classy.
Nice.
Always.
Nice. But so yeah, she is statuesque. Imagine Julie Newmar from Catwoman in like a cat kind of suit with heels. Not too far off. Of what she is, and she's being led in there, and then Lift Officer Jen comes up to the officer deck and lets the captain know that they have one prisoner that surrendered, and the captain's like, excellent, I'll be looking forward to questioning the prisoner here soon. And Lift Officer's like, Jen's like, so we're good now, I can go back to the lift? He goes, absolutely, resume your duties, Lift Officer Jen. And so she's like going back down to the crew deck and taking off her battle dress and stuff like that and getting into her regular uniform, her regular Marine uniform. And so is the other guy that went with him. I believe there was two that went to go take down the.
There's just two.
The Hopeful Wanderer. Yeah, two's all you need. But to Marines, no problem. So they're back down. They're back down on the crew deck. Again, probably again peeling themselves out of the battle suits. Probably taking a quick shower before they change in they're back in their Marine uniforms. It's a little hot in those Space Marine uniforms. They're very, very contained. And they worked up a sweat. They had to throw a lot of people out. And it's thirsty work, killing people. But so they're getting changed. What is Rick and James's character doing? What is Boris and Johan doing?
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk to what's left of my team.
I think you got 1, 2 left. 1 left. 2 left.
Well,
2 left.
3 actually, if you include Pennyway.
Yeah, 3.
Okay. Make sure they are aware of where the prize is now.
All right.
And try to come up with some sort of plan to remove it from this extra security that wasn't needed.
He was on the roll. He was on the roll.
I mean, Captain's cabin could have used a Jeffrey's tube. A little bit of knockout gas. Nobody would have known.
Got it when the captain was on duty.
Yeah.
No problem. But now it's in the med.
Got it when the captain was off duty. Hit the knockout gas. He's asleep. He stays asleep. You grab it. You leave.
Yeah, that's true. Now it's in the med bay, locked in a cryotube, right?
Yeah, and those just pop open like a freezer. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, exactly. No alarms, no nothing. We're fine.
Nah.
You can see the cryotube, Frigidaire on the side.
And you know, I brought a group of thieves with me. I forgot to bring a doctor who knows how to use a fucking cryotube.
You've got Johan. Johan knows how to use a cryotube.
Oh.
Yes, I do.
You have Commodore Johan now, I believe. acting commander Johan.
Yeah.
I'm sure our XO's like, hey.
Oh no, actually the manufacturer of this cryotube is Hasbro. They diversified through the centuries.
Gotcha. Commander Mario, I'm sure she's like, what? Hey.
You still have seniority. Your data rank is earlier than mine.
That's true. Okay. All right. So yeah, she's the Honor Harrington fan.
Yeah.
So yeah. So you're getting together the rest of your crew. Your team.
Yeah, trying to come up with an idea. But of course, eventually I'm going to make it to Johan and go, all right, numbnuts, how you getting?
We're getting to it. He knows what he's doing. He's got a plan. I'm sure he's got a plan.
Yeah, sure.
He's got a planner.
Well, you need to fill me a little bit more in on the plan. I didn't realize that was yours. Was that yours to begin with?
What was the plan? The plan was to steal it. And you put it behind an extra layer of security for the people we're trying to over.
I thought you liked the challenge.
Well, I mean, it does make the story bigger.
You are dealing with a sociopath who removes obstacles.
You might want to check out my will. What happens if I die under mysterious circumstances?
Hey,
all I care. Been on the run my whole life.
Is it that we all get sealed in a room and have to complete a murder mystery to figure out who done it? Is that it? Is that the?
Is it a murder escape room?
No. Several million credits goes on each person's head.
Oh, that's less fun. As
Yeah.
well as usually less food.
less cheese.
Well, I
Yeah.
what I was going to say, James, is I'll volunteer to the captain. I can help run the med bay along with engineering.
Well, there is like a on-call doc, from the starport. There's no doc.
I know, but I can do the mandatory minor stuff. My engineering team, telling the captain this, is very well trained. They know what they're doing. They'll call me if anything comes.
So the captain's like, so you're going to sign on for the rest of the rest of the tour, as our engineer / medic officer.
You mean when the ship takes off?
Yeah. As a matter of fact, like they got reports that the Imperial starship Henry Ford has. I swear to God, that's from the scenario. Has just made it into the system from jump and has all the parts and stuff that you guys are going to need.
Okay.
So it's just made into the system. It's about like 6 hours out. As soon as it lands.
What I really was thinking, since you said that, I can just help run the med bay and you can take one of the second or third doctors off the other ship, the Henry Ford that's coming in.
That's a good idea. I can see if we can assign one of them. Good thinking, Commander. Mari's like,
that's what you pay me for, sir.
Mari's like.
I turned back to him and say, but this was, of course, her idea. She was discussing it early with me over coffee.
Oh, the only thing worse than kiss ass is a double kiss ass. It's Mari's not really even sure how to do that, but let's see. So So yeah, warnings and stuff is going on at the starport. Like Hashna, Ev, Pedro, everybody's getting alerted that the Henry Ford's going to be there. They're making room at the starport for the Henry Ford to land, and it's basically a repair ship. The Imperium's repair ship. It's coming in with all the parts and technical crew. Remember, you spent most of this week getting the ship ready for them to plug and play. That's what they're going to do.
Matthew?
So I do have, I will at some point lean over to Hashna and go, so what are we going to do about our fish revolutionary trader? What do you want to call her?
Yeah.
OSHA,
yes. OSHA. I wasn't going to use the name OSHA actually on the ship or in and around or near the ship.
It shouldn't be an issue so long as there's no violations going on.
Well, that's what's on the data pad.
Yeah.
That's what we got to figure
Is that
out.
what's on here?
Potentially.
Oh,
Hey, Matthew?
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to get in OSHA's way.
Can I make a couple of rolls for Pennyweight and Ganef?
Yeah, what are we looking at?
Well, they're getting everything ready for plug and play, but one's my computer's expert and one is got engineering quite a bit. And I want to make sure that they, put in enough snafus that even though it's plug and play, it's not going to go off smoothly, so we can delay a little bit longer.
It's going to take the better part of a day to get this done.
Yeah, but I'm okay with expanding that to 48 or 72 hours.
If need be, yeah. Okay, so make the allocated rolls.
Holy shit. So this is on computers.
Yeah.
Whoops.
Oh, it's cute. You think that I have good enough eyesight to see that?
So just to let you know, that's boxcars, okay?
Yeah. 12,
So that was a 16 on computers.
So
17. And then the other ones, the engineering is not so great a delay because that's only like a 10.
So okay.
Or excuse me, a 9. I take that back, a 9.
That's still fine. So basically, you've taken all the HDMI connectors and turned them into USB connectors. Basically, is what you've done.
Yeah, when we were checking them, I was
iron in his side
reinstalling them
pocket.
back upside down so people are going to bend pins when they try to put it together.
Exactly. Exactly. Damn it.
Another.
Oh, exactly. And with this planet being tech level, what we say 6, yeah,
I think
which
it's
is like
6, yeah.
late 1950s, early 1960s technology. Yeah, they don't even have a Radio Shack yet. But
Come on, it's Traveler. Let's try to get futuristic names. It's Sensor Shack. Okay.
Nice.
For all your tight beam hobbyists,
Exactly. All right, so you guys are doing that best, doing your best to fudge up, delay the installation.
Professionally fudge up.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so that's being done. What about what's Ev and Betty and Teledrift doing? I need to know. I guess Pedro, are you trying to uncover the information on the pad? How are you doing that?
Once I get back to the ship, I'm rummaging through cupboards and places for a spare battery. If I could.
Okay.
If not, I'm just grabbing the closest other communication pad and ripping the battery out of that one so I can put it in here.
On the Dragnar? Okay.
Yep.
For me, it's just strategizing. Are we going to confront her?
That's what I was getting ready to ask Betty and Hashna and Ev.
Well, I think it's going to depend on what's on the data pad, but I think it's better to let her think that everything's going as is and just use her.
Do you think that we're actually going to be able to do what we want to do if this is happening on the ship?
I think we can uncover this happening on the ship to cause a distraction so that we can continue to do what we're going to do. I think we play this in our favor.
Okay.
So you're like, let it play until we find out otherwise, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Because yeah, she's back on the ship like nothing happened. You know,
Yeah.
everything. She's back at her station. You know, back at the astrogation station, getting everything ready for the install. You know,
Yeah. She has access to vulnerable systems.
Yeah.
That can completely bone what we have in store.
Good.
And that's my biggest concern, is that we don't know what she's up to. Hopefully Teledrift will be able to give us more information on that.
Yeah. What's your
best.
Yeah, what's your electronics there, Teledrift? Electronics, comms or sensors or what have you. Do you have any electronic skills?
Yeah, I've got 2 in sensors.
Nice.
And I have a 2 in electronics if we can work together.
Are you going back on the Dragnar with them there?
Well, we signed back. Yeah, I mean, we signed back out on Martin too.
Okay.
So.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then so I imagine Ev, are you there with them then as well?
Yeah.
Back on the Dragnar? Okay. So yeah, do your electronics rolls and see what you can uncover from the thing, or how you want to do the uncover from the thing.
Do you want us to both roll, or just do bonus on one roll?
Actually, I like that 13 that Pedro has to get the thing turned on and check the sensor readouts and stuff. Yeah.
Do you want to do a chain?
Yeah, that's basically what I'm doing. Okay. Using Pedro's 13 to give me a nice effect. You're basically got it underneath the sensors just to make sure that it's not broadcasting any information when you turn it on. You know, you basically turn off the You're turning off the Wi-Fi button.
I'm putting it in airplane mode.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you're putting it in airplane mode as soon as you turn it on, right? And so that 13 is really good for that. So you basically just made it like a closed system. You know, nobody can really scan it. You know, once you've done that. So it's going to be plus. So you rolled a 13. Only needed a 10, so it's plus 3 to your roll, Betty, on electronics to uncover the information. What electronics are you using? Comms or sensors or what?
I had.
Because I know there's specific ones.
Yeah,
computers. There's computers.
Computers.
That's what I need. That's what I need. Computers. So you're basically going through the files and sorting through the files for the ones that you need.
All right. Then that's going to be a plus 3 on top of my plus 2, so that's going to be a 12.
12? Excellent. Mm-hmm. So yeah, you guys get to the files you need. There's like a whole ton of whole huge file of math. I guess is for want of a better word. It's all kinds of formulas and stuff like that and gobbledygook, and you're reading through it and you're like, that's all crazy. I'm not touching that right now. It's like 70% of the storage capacity of this handheld right now is math. But there is like one bid file that's on it.
Okay.
Captain, you should play that one.
Yeah. You can play the vid file. Yeah, so you play the vid file, and you get the picture of OSHA right here, on the vid file, and she's making like a video to someone, like and she's basically saying, so, Captain Irontooth, I hope this communication gets to your hands directly. I've been contracted by Jadeco to transfer some very sensitive astrogation data to them. But I have found out through other people at this station that you are planning a raid on the treasure ship, and I'm hoping that you can find this astrogation data useful when you do your raid. Jadeco's made a deal with me to plant certain information in the cargo bay, and they were going to clear up some genetic anomalies in my family's DNA, and we but I've found out that that's not exactly what they had planned. They're going to do. So they're basically breaking their deal with me. So I am breaking the deal with them, and I'm giving you the information, hoping that we can come to an agreement when you come on board the vessel in the system. Give me a second. Get the system. In the XA system, when you do your raid, that you can remember that I'm the one that got you this information, and you can make sure that I get out of this relatively intact. This is Astrogation Officer OSHA signing out.
Interesting. All right. So that definitely does, in fact, bone our plans.
Yeah, it does. I'm just going back. You said it was Judco?
Jadeco, yeah.
Jadeco.
Yeah. Jadeco is kind of like the Walmart of this sector. They have their fingers, their corporate fingers and everything, but never in a good way.
Right.
Right,
So,
but it's a corporation, so what are they wanting to plant information on the Martin II for? What kind of information would they want to plant?
Could possibly incriminate some people to take their whoever's eyes off of them.
All right. Well, Cat's an Iron Tooth is trying to be really sneaky about this because he kept this plan from his fellow what were they called, like the Thief Kings or the Thief Lords or whatever?
Yeah, Pirate Lords, yeah.
Pirate Lords, they were.
Of thieves. A thief, yeah.
Which is frowned upon, to say the least. And he's an Aslan, so you can't trust him. I mean,
oh wow!
Yeah.
I love a little racism in my Traveler game. That's good. You can't trust an Aslan.
Just
like,
an
Aslan. Captain, I didn't think you were like that.
Well, I mean, they did destroy your planet, so.
I'm just saying. Look at Drinax. That's what happens.
That's what happens when you trust an Aslan.
Judge one apple from the rest of the bunch.
More like one planet that got completely hosed. Wait.
Apologize to all those Aslans out there that's watching this, but
so OSHA was done dirty by the establishment, and this is her revenge. Okay.
Fine. They're all finding your Facebook profile. Unfriend.
This is against Aslan. She hates cats.
Lily just had a cat walk across the screen a minute ago. That's just bullshit.
Like he's staring at me, glaring at me from the table right now.
He's like, really? Really?
Come on.
Wow. Wow.
You know what you did.
Wow. I don't even want to live here anymore. We'll find your laundry hamper and pee in it. That's what I'm going to do. I'll be putting the lid on it.
Exactly. That's payback. All right. So we what we don't know we probably need to get back to the ship because we're not able to use our psionic abilities, or Teledrift's not able to psionically communicate with us when we're on the Martin II. So we're going to have to get back and loop Rick and Alacrity in on what's going down.
Well,
But
we may not be able to do that, but we have sufficient technology to stay in communication, don't we?
Yeah, but I thought there was something from the Martin II that was keeping us from using it.
Yeah, in the you can't communicate telepathically when you're on the ship because they have sonic dampeners on the ship.
But we have communicators, right?
But you have communicators. The trick is, can you not? How hard is it? You know, can you get picked up? You know, you don't know.
It's not secure potentially.
Yeah,
I see.
The communication really has to outweigh the risk.
yeah, exactly,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it can't be done, but it is an Imperium treasure ship. You know?
So we are in direct competition, thanks to OSHA's information, with this other outfit. Aw, kitty.
I'm sorry, I love you.
Tell him you didn't mean it. Tell him you didn't mean it.
That's right. She doesn't love you.
So you heading back to the Martin II then?
Well, yeah, we are. But before we go, Teledrift, can you connect with Kirsch and see what you can find out about that scout ship that buzzed the Martin II? You know, at the same time as that mysterious explosion that happened over at that hotel or whatever. So
yeah, I'll see what I can work out.
Okay.
It may have been a zip line equipment accident. There's a lot of zip liners staying at that hotel.
So are we? When we go back, OSHA, we're just going to pretend like this never happened? Is that the plan?
Well, she doesn't know that we know.
That, well, we think she doesn't know. Not to add an extra layer to this. But I mean, if she
3 more sessions, here we come.
She might very well have access to somebody who has things like security camera footage or other stuff like this. What happens if she notices we've been mysteriously close to her dealings?
Well, here's a suggestion. If we can pull her away from any kind of psionic dampeners, I'll be able to possibly convince her that it doesn't matter. That we are on her side.
Girls' night out.
Yeah,
I'm thinking Applebee's.
We may very well as yet have another session.
Oh no!
Applebee's, here we come.
Yeah.
And you wonder why I made a roll to delay.
We have lost so much time to that Applebee's in gameplay. I just, I'm amazed.
That's why they're all over this.
I need to get
them everywhere.
I need to get them as a sponsor. I mean, they can use the good word, right? So, like, hey.
So is that the code word for an adventure time waster? Pop Rocky?
Pop Rocky. No, Pop Rocky. Pop Rocky. Taco Tuesdays. But yeah, damn. All right.
Well, here's nothing. But if we can find out what data she was supposed to plant, and if she's already planted it in the cargo bay.
We could use that as leverage against her.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. Well, let me go see what I can find out from that short beam signal that was sent out. And I'll make my way off to a console to do some work.
Okay. So you're using what? Your sensors again, Teledrift?
Yeah, I'll use my sensors again.
Okay.
All right. I rolled a 14.
Fort Hot Dog.
On a roll.
With it being, yeah, really, literally on a roll. So with your tight beam, with that, the problem is with that communication being a tight beam, being able to intercept that information is really hard, especially after the fact. Even though, but the good thing is, like, you did have the wherewithal to, throw all your sensors at it at the time it was being done. So whatever information you can get real time from that is going to happen, but you're able to like penetrate and get like very small fragments of the information, but it does match up with like the large file of math. You get like a fragment of this equation and a fragment of that equation and stuff like that.
The same kind of information that we found on the datapad?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So whatever that math is, it was transmitted to the scout ship.
Let's see.
Just out of curiosity, Teledrift, do you have astrogation?
I do not.
Okay, yeah, it's not.
We've got Ev that does have astrogation.
I do, in fact.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, make your investigation roll when you're looking at the math.
All right. Let's see. Okay, let me get the appropriate dice. See what my roll is. Oh, not too bad. It's an 11.
11? That's really good. Yeah, this is all astrogational data. Once you start actually getting a look at it, you're like, this is all coordinates and stuff for astrogational data. And it is very, very, very close to where the ship is supposed to pop out of the EXA system when it does its EXA jump to EXA. It's very, very close to where it's supposed to be, when it gets back on track and is doing its thing. It's slightly off from its like program from the program that that you've been uploading into the astrogation computers back on the Martin II.
Am I involved in any way in this conversation going on?
Not right now.
Okay, that's fine.
Unfortunately, yeah.
That's a good point. I will make the statement, we've got to get everyone in on this.
Yeah.
Boris isn't here. Johan isn't here.
Yeah. So getting back on the Martin II and discussing whatever you need to talk to with OSHA and the other two is the priority. Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
But yeah, you basically know that, Ev. You find out that you're like, it's just off from where we're needing to be, where you've been programming the Martin II to go. It's a little off.
Yeah.
It's in that system, but like closer to an asteroid field.
Yeah, not actually where we. Yeah, so it kind of feels like they want to basically send the ship into some place where it'll get smashed and bashed and broken apart, and they'll just scoop up the bits.
It's pretty efficient. Kind of admire it in a way, but
I mean, why deal with
just like it has land?
Why deal with a bunch of battle-dressed Marines when you can deal with a bunch of spaced Marines who aren't in their battle dress and just get the creamy center of the candy?
Right.
Get right to the nugget.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Like a soft-boiled egg.
Yeah. One you've thrown against the wall and you're still interested in eating, but yeah.
Hey,
5 seconds.
those wastelands are rough. You have to eat what you can get.
Right.
If it still lands on the shell part, it's fair. It's fair. You can do it.
It peeled clean. It peeled clean. Yeah, I'm following. Yeah.
Oh my God, I'm gonna be ill. Oh man. Wow, we've all had a lot of desperation moments when we were younger. That's all I can say. A lot of ramen noodle nights. But
so we are definitely cruising towards an asteroid field, and I suspect the idea is to incapacitate and or destroy the ship and most of its crew dead, including us, by the way, at this point in time. I'm really not cool with this. Of course, Captain, I will acquiesce to whatever you have to say.
No, we clearly got to stop this. I mean,
yeah.
this is. I think we're going to need the rest of our crew. So,
yep.
Yeah.
Let's huddle.
Let's huddle. Go ahead and put the Teledrift, if you don't mind, getting in touch with, because we had the safe bet and the Pelican out on standby in space, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so Krish is on the safe bet, and Larsh was the Pelican steward, who's the male Vespexer.
Okay. You want me to tell him to come back to our ship?
Well, no. I mean, we don't want him on planet because we don't want to draw attention to him. Just let him know about the area where we think there's an ambush gathering, so that they can keep their eyes peeled.
All right. And I will set up a tight beam communication with the Pelican and to inform the crew.
Okay. All right, make me your communications roll.
Right,
or you can have Stinky Pete do it if you're not cool with it. It's electronics communications. I think Stinky Pete's been doing your comm rolls.
Yeah, I'll have Stinky Pete do it.
Okay.
I have no communication.
Stinky Pete's like, I can establish contact with one, but not both. He's going to have to relay the information to the other one.
Yeah, make it so.
Okay. So he gets you in contact with Kirsch, and it's that Varger guy that you guys rescued from the station. Seems like months ago, because it has. Yeah, so there's Kirsch. He's on the command deck, and he's like, yeah, what news you got? We just saw the Henry Ford go by. It's heading in system.
Oh, that's no good. Captain wants to relay a situation and possible interception point towards the asteroid field at this coordinate. And we should be made aware of things could go to shit real soon. So
they're like, Roger that. Do you want us to head on to XA and kind of scout it out?
Captain,
we're not doing anything here.
Have the crew up there scout it out ahead of us?
Yep. Sounds good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they'll be basically at least a day or two ahead of you. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Make sure to relay it to the other ship as well.
Oh yeah. We'll head out there and we'll try to hide in, jump close to the asteroid field and see what we can find out. And when we detect you coming in system, we'll let you know what's happening.
Fantastic.
All right. So yeah, they're like, we're making preparations to jump, and they'll get that done. All right. So yeah, for all intents and purposes, the other two ships are gone after this communication. They've gone on ahead to XA. So let's move forward and put Betty and Ev back up on the Martin II. You sign back in with little Cleo down at the bottom. Come back in and you get back into the lift with Lift Officer Jen. She's like, "Hey, how you guys been?" Chatting you up again as normal. Man, she's back in her Marine uniform, clothes, not Star Marine suit. So she's far less imposing than she was earlier today, coming down the ramp. But she goes, "Man, we've had a busy day today," and she's like, the Henry Ford should be landing in here any minute. We're going to be even busier. I guess everybody's going to be burning the midnight oil, kind of a deal. Yeah, and it is like getting on an evening. Like they expect the Henry Ford to land somewhere like the planet's version of 10 p.m. But it doesn't matter. It's like as soon as that thing lands, everybody gets to work. And it's going to be around the clock until the ship is ready to go, and they're going to get the hell out of here. Is what their plan is. They're looking at least 24 hours of installation, doing some tests and stuff on the systems, make sure everything's cool. Hopefully, no Aslan will invade the screens and
they're notorious for it.
and be able to come up the work city. But yeah, you guys are back on the ship. Are you guys wanting to meet up with Boris and Johan first, or are we going to go talk to OSHA?
I would go talk to OSHA.
I mean, you guys can split up, but I mean,
No, I don't want to split up. I do not want to split up. That sounds like a terrible idea.
Yeah, let's go talk to OSHA, and I'm going to let you lead the way, because I know nothing about her species, and I'll just probably end up insulting her some way. So.
I've already shared what I know. They're largely isolationists. The fact that she joined the military was strange, but it sounds like she did so based off of the data we just collected. She did it partially to get a genetic flaw in herself fixed, which they welched on. They welched on that deal.
Yeah.
Her people don't get around. That obviously that might be more related to her genetic anomaly that she mentioned than something from her planet. Because I don't recall them being, other than aloof, touch phobic like she is. I mean, don't get me wrong. I didn't test that theory. I didn't go pawing up anyone on the planet last time I was there.
Would it seem a little fishy? Oh.
Yeah, just a little. Sure, we'll say that. Are you happy?
I'm happy. Totally
all
happy.
Right, good. Oh, no, not you, Rick.
Hey, I'm just doing it for the halibut.
Dad jokes
Oh
and
my God. I threw off my headphones in disgust. I've done the virtual version of Flip the Table.
Boo!
Boo! We're all done. You know what? I kicked the ball. He just kicked it further down the hill. That's all.
I hold you both responsible.
I'm just as bad.
Don't try to squirm out of this.
I know, right?
You are involved, sir. You are so involved.
Oh my God, that's awesome.
We
Awesomely bad.
We pitch him out.
Exactly. Spiked it. Nice. Okay, so you're going through the crew quarters in because basically it's like 7-ish in the evening. You're still waiting for the Henry Ford. So everybody's basically just kind of getting what rest that they can, because everything's done. Everything's ready for the stuff to come on. So everybody right now is just kind of like taking what kind of break they can, resting, relaxing before they really got to hit it as soon as the Henry Ford comes in. So everybody's basically in their crew quarters and stuff like that. And let me pull up the deck plan again. So yeah, It's lovely here on the Martin II. There are small little rooms that basically have bunk bed kind of deals. As I pull up the Martin II again here, the deck plan. So the crew deck. So yeah, when we're looking at the crew deck, say like hers is right here on the right, like midway down, like right here, I want to say. That's where her quarters is. She actually has crew quarters to herself because the one who was supposed to be with her, the other astrogation person, was dead. Yeah, was killed in the during the explosion. So she's actually waiting on, either you're going to be the replacement, or someone from the Henry Ford. But anyway, she's got basically a crew quarters of her own, even though she has the bunk bed kind of deal. But yeah, you're cruising down the hallway, and of course, like the crew quarters right before hers is the gunner's quarters, Ilan and O'Leary. So they of course they got their door open and they're playing cards and drinking and stuff, waiting for the Henry Ford to come in. Should be relaxing, resting. No, they're getting tore as usual. And they're like, "Oh, hey, we didn't see you at the zip line. What's up? We had a great time at the zip line." Oh, they're like, "So you want to come play some cards? Have a good time with us? You back for a little Leary action? Is that what it is?"
Oh my!
How'd ziplining go, by the way?
Ziplining was great. You missed out. We blew chunks over all kinds of fun stuff.
I'm sure you did. Yeah, it was probably not a good idea for me to go do anything after my stomach upset issues that I had to go get taken care of and off the ship.
So you're not feeling good. Want to party? I understand. Yeah.
I wasn't feeling good. I'm feeling slightly better now, O'Leary. But apparently we've got to burn the midnight oil tonight. We're getting a shipment of parts in.
Yeah. That's what the captain says. Blah 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 blah. We're gunners. We don't care.
I know. But I'm not. So I have to.
Oh man, bummer.
Yeah, actually have to work at my job. I know it's a terrible thing. You haven't seen OSHA around, have you?
Yeah, I think she's next door. Yeah.
Cool. That's super great. Yeah. Tell you what, we'll talk later after all of this is done, and we'll see how we're feeling about that.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, since everybody should be kind of relaxing, kind of chilling before the Henry Ford gets here. Boris and Johan, make me your recon rolls to see if you can't hear this discussion out here in the hallway.
Six.
I'm gonna go with no. 9. Boris hears it. Johan's down at the far end.
So
Boris,
I'm hearing.
You hear that? You're hearing Hashna and Ev, and I guess Pennyweight's there with them. They're talking in the hallway. You hear because O'Leary and Ellen are two, very vocal guys. Their voices kind of carry. So you're hearing that conversation. You do know that those three are back on the ship.
Okay. I make my way down to them as if I'm like actually caring about like how clean the guardrails and so forth are. Standard janitor approach. And I'm like, "Oh, you ladies are back on ship," and I pointedly look at Hashna and not Ev.
Okay.
And say, you might be interested, but there's fresh cookies in the gallery for the sugar thing for when everybody crashes about halfway through their shift.
Wait, are they chocolate chip? Because
Oh.
like you hooked me at cookies, but if they're chocolate, are they chocolate?
I look hurt that you would expect something less.
That is awesome. I have made so much room in my GI tract for some cookies. I am super into this. Let's go.
Okay, so I lead them back.
Fresh baked space cookies.
Yes.
So he leads you back.
I haven't had chocolate. Like, they didn't have chocolate on Drinax. Like, they didn't have cookies on Drinax.
Yeah.
That is the best discovery ever.
Yeah.
It's literally like me when I was. Yeah. It's literally like me when I came to the United States from Germany when I was like 8 and found out what a cheeseburger was. It's no different. It's no different. I was like, and that's what happened. That's what happened. I was skinny.
There's a great scene in Band of Brothers where this kid, French kid, eats chocolate for the first time. You can see his look on his face.
Oh yeah, I remember that scene. That was a great scene. So they're probably walking past. If you're going down to the end, yeah, they're probably going back by Johan's quarters if you want to grab Johan as well. And we're just going to get everybody into the mix. Yeah.
I'm like, there's chocolate cookies. Don't say it too
loud. We don't want everybody to know. But everybody has to share.
Well,
so y'all are
like, smell would carry.
So y'all are like back here. There's like a snack bar kind of area, I guess, in the very back.
Yeah,
like
we're gonna go where it's like very little video, harder to get audio.
Exactly.
I'm going to give a pointed look when I show up with a plate full of Chips Ahoy versus actual fresh baked cookies.
Whatever. You don't really care about it.
Our hopes are dashed. Would you care to hear how apparently a rival pirate's gonna smash our ship into an asteroid field?
Oh, and hey, I don't think we told you. So Prigger is in not such a good shape, but he's alive.
Yeah. he partially exploded.
But we put him back together. Mostly.
He's 80% together.
We did our best. We did our best.
So,
we did our best.
So what did
That's a lot.
All right.
I did my best.
Oh.
You did.
Yeah,
you did.
We did good. So
you did good.
So is anybody else? It's just us, like in this little corner, like stuffing our face with cookies.
Yes.
Yeah, like Boris hung his hat up over the camera lens, and that's basically what he's done.
And the whole lowdown happens. So yeah, this Iron Tooth person. Oh yeah, you'll be interested in that, Cat Killer.
Yeah.
Iron Tooth's in Aslan, I'm pretty sure. And that's our rival for this sweet treasure ship.
Okay.
And we've got the ambush point. And your girlfriend's in the brig here. Not sure if you knew that.
Oh yeah, I could tell by the demands of food and drink.
Yeah.
Oh, only she would ask for caviar from the brig. She's like, she wants caviar. Really?
Yeah, I actually didn't realize she had done Imperial Club Fed before, so it's, you learn something new about everybody.
Yeah.
Do you give me the whole information dump, or is that all you're giving me?
All right, so we'll tell you about like the high level about the hotel with Prigger, and transmitting the data to the scout ship, things like that. Dumar passed off the data pad to us, and And it looks like it contained the coordinates of what we can assume is the ambush point for Iron Tooth. There's an interesting video from our pilot, OSHA. She is pissed at Jedico Corporation because they backstabbed her. She was supposed to plant some data down in the cargo bay, and apparently, I don't know, Jedco's not going to follow through with their part of the deal, so she turned tail and took the information to Iron Tooth. So
she swapped info that was in the vault.
We don't know where it was. We know that she was supposed to plant data in the cargo bay.
Mm-hmm.
Why, you got something on the cargo bay?
Did she extrapolate on what she meant by data?
No, she didn't.
She was being paid by Jedico to do it, though.
Yep.
They might could afford a tube of iridium.
So does this make sense on another level that we're not picking up? Because I feel like I'm missing. Because I feel like I'm missing something. Forrest, you had an aha.
Hold on, it's formulating.
Okay.
While he's formulating, Matt, real quick, how many cryo machines are there in sick bay?
There are 5. There are 5.
Okay, that's where the dead bodies are at right now?
Hey, Matthew, I'm going to private message you.
This is good.
Say again?
I'm
bodies?
private messaging you.
No, I'm talking to Johan.
Oh, okay.
Is that where they place the dead bodies of the 3 dead people?
No, those are probably. I mean, there's no need to freeze them; they're dead.
I know, but I would keep them so they're not smelling up the place until we can get them back to their home planets.
I mean, no, they wouldn't use up the cryos. The cryo beds are meant to keep somebody
I know what they're meant
alive.
for. I'm just making a suggestion to the captain. That's all.
Yeah, I mean, they can put them in some sort of tube, a sealed tube. Basically, they'll have like their version of a coffin.
All right.
Yeah. But yeah, they would probably be in like some like versions of coffins.
That's fine.
Space coffins on the cargo bay.
Okay.
Yeah, they would want to keep the cryo tubes.
That's fine. I was just wondering about something, but it's okay.
Yeah, no, that's a good question. Doesn't hurt to ask. So yeah.
Hmm.
So you guys are formulating plots.
Okay.
And plans.
Okay.
Well, I was giving someone some time to think.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I tell Hashna's Aslan pet. Oh no, there's Hashna.
He's a big boy.
So there is a iridium tube that was in the vault.
Oh.
It's now secure in a cryo tube.
Okay.
But Johan and I got to see it up close and it had been opened and resealed.
Oh,
so
Not the
someone's
tube.
already been in that.
Great.
What was that, Matthew?
The tube has not been reopened. The tube is sealed. The crate that it was in was opened.
Oh, I thought that seal was on the
It was on the
tube.
crate that the tube is in. No.
Okay, so that makes more sense even now. All right, so the crate that it was in, the seal was covered over with a new seal.
Okay.
okay.
The iridium tube, which is used kind of like a diplomatic pouch, is intact, but it may not even be the original iridium tube. So if she replaced this, she's got the original iridium tube.
Oh.
And now, because Judecco is in it, I really like that company. I love their business style. But
later, CEO aspirations later.
but if they're the ones that want to transfer what's on that, to me it sounds like it's a either a trade negotiation or a treaty that's going to affect trade, and they've probably written themselves in very subtly in some sort of preferred trade status, or they've set up a situation where they can make a ridiculous amount of money because of the trade snafu. So, but here's the kicker. If OSHA did do this, there's an original somewhere.
Right.
And Johan, I had you scan for any other iridium tubes, and you came up with nothing.
That's right.
So where can you hide in an iridium tube?
I was, based on what you were saying, I was wondering if there's any way she could get hold of the original one, put her copy in the treasure chamber, and the one that's in the cryotube is the original one. Does that seem that plausible to you?
Well, the one that was in the crate is the one that's in the cryotube now.
Right. But is there a possibility that she somehow has already made the switch?
I think she made the switch before we moved it.
Right. So the one we have in the cryotube is the original.
No, the one we have in the cryotube is
the fake.
The fake.
Yeah.
You sure? But if she switched them,
she switched them, which is why we found the second seal on the crate. Open crate, remove the original, put in the fake, close, put the new seal on.
Okay, I thought the original was supposed to be in the treasure chamber to begin with. That's what I'm saying. They were just saying it was never.
But we already found that the treasure chamber had been tampered with. Okay. That's what I'm saying. So I'm believing she already made the switch.
Okay.
And she's been on board longer than we have. She may have done it during the explosion.
All right. Okay, but I'm sorry. I've been working too much on the subarrays of the ship engine.
That's fair.
The one that's in the cryotube, you're saying is the one that Jinko created.
Correct.
Okay.
Now, here's the kicker, Captain. Or, excuse me. Here's the kicker. Hashna, what's your fake name?
Nash.
Nash. Here's the kicker, Nash. Is both of them are worth money.
Yeah.
Both of them are worth money.
Like how much money?
If we're talking imperial trade deal treaty type thing, we're talking trillions and trillions and trillions of credits.
A lot of zeros.
That's a lot of zeros.
That's a lot of potato chips. It's a lot of potato chips.
We could
chocolate
get
chip
pretzels
cookies.
for everybody on Drinax. Everybody could have
Everybody.
pretzels. Chocolate covered pretzels.
Right?
Pretzels for all the Drinaxian children. That's what we're looking at. Yeah.
I want the one.
Priorities, Matt.
Now, the easier thing to do is to find the one she stole and make off with that before takeoff.
Yes.
And that clock's ticking.
So she doesn't have a roommate because they perished in the mysterious explosion. We know where her quarters are.
Just down the hall.
Right next to O'Leary and
Ellen.
Ellen.
So are we heading down that way? Who's going down?
Johan.
I'm going.
Is there access to that room by any other way than the hallway?
Looking over the ship, the blueprints and schematics. What would you want me to roll on for that?
That would just be in like engineering, I imagine. Yeah.
Okay. Seven.
I mean, there is a vent, but it's like, a shoebox size vent. It's not a person size vent. Everything is smaller on
How much weight has Ev gained?
Yeah, I was going to say, can
I am insulted.
Well, when I rescued her, she was this anorexic thing, and she's been eating nonstop since. Can she still fit in a shoebox?
Oh my God!
So Sarah McLaughlin is not playing things in minor key on my behalf. Let's just say that, okay?
Tune in next session. We got to wrap this up, gang. Tune in next session. Unfortunately, James will not be alive to next session, as Elisa has just straight murdered him. Jesus Christ! How fat is Elisa's character now? That was
I didn't
actually
ask
sad.
how fat. I asked how much she has recovered.
Yeah. Oh my God!
Mood.
So she's always said she's small. She was anorexic when I rescued her.
Yeah. Yeah.
Perhaps some zesty mustard with that foot. I can offer you some sauerkraut if you would prefer.
Oh my God, that was brutal.
Sauerkraut.
Make it a Seattle-style foot with some cream cheese. We can do all kinds of things.
Oh, gross.
That is legit. Like, sauerkraut and cream cheese on hot dogs is a Seattle thing.
Harsh, yeah.
And they
Yeah, I
wonder
can do
why
sauerkraut.
That's nasty.
That's where you
Sauerkraut.
Oh, no, I don't understand it either. Growing up in Chicago, putting dairy on your hot dog unless there's chili involved seems a little sus. But
I don't know. I really want to end this session on how much weight has Elisa's character gained. That seems like the cliffhanger I want to put this on. And then you hear like, what?
No. I'm not asking if you're fat. I'm asking if I can violently shove you through this.
That's all.
Shoebox vent.
Yes.
It came out worse than I meant.
In a way that, yeah. we just don't want to Winnie the Pooh you. It's fine. No, it's fine.
This is really why they game with me, people at home. Just ignore them.
I see Ev's character running down the hall in the lift officer Jen's arms. She's like, what? Oh, no, he didn't.
I'm good.
She pulls out her blade and comes charging down the hallway. You mother.
Hair tie first, then blade. Yes. Yes.
Oh no, he didn't. Oh my God.
I can't fit in the vent. That is a shoebox sized vent, and I am not. I am no.
It could be work boots.
So,
I mean, I assume we continue on. If I actually have something James may be able to work with.
Perfect. That's better than trying to find some orphan child, perhaps on base, that's emaciated enough and we can.
Well, we
pay
didn't
it.
think about that. Is there some orphan child you can train up to be like, or the Artful Dodger?
Yeah, in the next 5 minutes. Yeah, is that
Okay.
So wait a
buy
minute.
one.
I can always come up with an
You just
excuse
buy
to do
one.
this. I
Hold on.
can come
hold
up
on.
with an excuse to do a scan of different rooms on the hallway there, so we can get into her room.
No. So I've got to
Why
do
not?
some electronic repair on the pilot station, and I conveniently find the rigging underneath, and I go ask her about it. My guess is she'll leave the room and go take a look at it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. So are you going to go down and talk to her then?
Yeah. Yes. I mean,
Okay.
you guys think that sounds good? And that way you can just.
Yeah, but I wouldn't be involved in this conversation.
yeah. No. That's fine.
So the three of you are going?
Actually, well, if it's Nash and Johan.
Small room.
Well, no, if Nash and Johan take her up to the bridge because they're the
You don't want me to
engineering
stay
and whatnot.
behind and scan, or
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
And
I
then
do need you.
you
to
and
do that.
Ev can look it up. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So Nash takes her up, and then the three of us go in and
scan.
because I got
Scan room.
security systems,
Okay.
so I
All
should
right.
be able to pick the lock, for lack of
All
a
right.
better term.
So you guys are all going up there together, or you're letting Hashna, Nash,
We're
Take her.
letting Nash get rid of her. Once she's gone, we'll leave the what's left of the Toll House cookies. And
Nice.
or excuse me, Chips Ahoy, and
And
then
then-
Those double trees.
it's a government ship. It's Chips Ahoy. I'm sorry.
It wasn't even double chocolate chip. I mean,
and his character's like pushing the plate away. You know what? Fuck your chocolate chip cookies right
And then-
We're on the line?
And then
Boris, is it true the only cereal is Captain Crunch?
Oh, that's cruel.
Nice.
And
I'll be right back.
No one
All
has
right,
skin on the top of their mouth, post mission. That's not
it
nice.
does tear it up, right?
Gosh, it's the original exfoliator. I mean, honestly, Captain Crunch is the worst unless you let it sit.
But it's
See,
not-
I didn't know this until I was in college. I wasn't allowed sugary cereal growing up.
So Hashna, you're heading up to the room to Osha's
yeah,
room.
Am I going with
Okay.
you?
Osha's room.
I thought the idea was I'd go with you.
I
Or
thought
not.
you
Yeah.
and Boris and I were investigating the room.
Me?
Fine.
Okay, I thought. Okay, I can do that. I can
I-
toss.
For plot reasons, I'm good with Ev and Hashna doing this
I was
Okay.
gonna say,
because she's an astrogator and
'Cause
can
I-
take her up to the station and point out, hey, this is what's wrong. Yeah.
yeah.
You Johan and Boris have plenty of good tech roles to kind of figure out what's wrong with the room.
Hashna, what do you want me? How do you want me to play this? Or am I going in and basically saying, Willikers, it looks like we might crash into an asteroid field? You wouldn't know anything about that, would you? Do you want it that way, or do you want us to go, hey, we noticed that you were off ship when something happened? That's crazy, huh? I mean, which seems the least?
Well, actually, I was going to take the, we discovered where someone had been tinkering and put like an
the
extra
black box.
device.
Yeah.
Right. We're just going to tell her we found it, and neither one of us could identify it or figure out where it came from, and wanted her to take a look at it.
All right.
Isn't it? Because she's the one that planted it, we're assuming.
Yeah.
We're pretty damn sure that is in fact where that came from, given everything else we've learned.
I mean, yeah, seems like something somebody would know how to put in there.
Yeah.
All right, so you two are strolling down the hall, going to OSHA's room, and you do you just ding or you just open the door?
Oh, ding.
Ding.
You ding.
I mean, we're not barbarian.
They're barging in. I mean, I eat like a trash goblin, but I have some manners.
Apparently so. Apparently you do. But but yeah. So you ding and make me a recon roll, I guess, because the doors aren't that thick. See if you can hear through the door.
7.
Not good enough. You hear something. What about you, Elisa? Ev?
Oh, I have really garbage recon. So
That's fair.
Let's see what happens. Okay, 5.
Yeah.
5.
So you don't quite hear what's going on. Betty is an almost success. You hear some kind of scuffling, and like oh shit, you're not really sure what's being said, but something, and you hear like on the other side of the hall, and but then loud enough that you could hear without having to do recon roll. Just a minute, and and then and then like the door opens and you see OSHA, but you also see another person in the room, which I kind of screwed up earlier by putting them both in there on the screen. I had a Star Frontiers moment, but
Inside joke from another game there, Boris.
Exactly. Exactly.
Watch a video or two, you'll understand.
You'll catch out real quick. But yeah, so there's 2 people in the room, and they both have an oh shit kind of look on their face. This is Purser Vaughn, kind of like the gopher of the ship. If you want to put it in like love boat terms, he basically goes. He's the fetch it person,
Okay.
Go get this, go get that, gopher. So they're both in the room, and Vaughn's like, so yeah, about the thing we'll talk about. We'll catch up later. And OSHA's like, yeah, absolutely. She goes, I'm sorry, something I can do for you too, or?
Yeah, actually, we found something, and we really wanted like a third opinion on it.
Yeah.
Isn't that right?
Yeah. I found something, and I really don't know what to think about it. And you've been on the ship longer, and I don't want to seem like a fool taking this straight to the captain and it being, nothing.
Right.
So,
right.
You're familiar with the bridge of the ship and the navigation area and the piloting area, and I thought maybe you could take a look at something for me.
Okay. So Purser Vaughn's like, walking out the door when you guys are saying this, and he like turns around and like his eyes is nearly bulging out when you guys are saying this.
If he does that, I'm just gonna. It was like, there seems to be some sort of like device, like a black box. I found it underneath. Well, actually, she found it underneath, and I saw it then, and it looks a little like it's.
She doesn't be there?
At that point, he just pushes the 2 of you into the room and closes the door behind you guys. Walks into the room. So y'all are kind of, because it's it's a small little crew quarters. It's enough for like bunk beds and room to climb up onto the bunk beds. So like OSHA's sitting on one of the bunk bed kind of a deal, and you guys are in there like you guys. It's like close quarters, and he walks it. He pushes himself in there with you guys, and he like looks at you all, and he's like, "How much do you want?"
What?
How much do we want?
Yeah. What do you want? What are you after?
Oh, well, that took a turn.
I'm gonna look at. It's that kind of a party. I didn't like.
I am wearing my clean underwear, so I really don't think this is a good idea. Anyway,
Start looking for socks. Are you looking for socks?
So
I know Ilan and Illyria is in the next room, jealous as fuck. But anyway.
Oh, poor O'Leary. Yeah, I don't feel
Can you
sorry
hear
at
the
all.
glasses go up against the wall?
You should
So
make a roll to see if they show up, Matt.
Yeah,
I-
yeah, all right.
I look at the
Roll.
captain, and basically, I will take the captain's lead on this one because this has turned into negotiations and money and other things. And
The captain's so fantastic for negotiations.
so, how
Um,
much? Or I can just like, how much do we want?
I want what's in the vault. That would be a start, right?
Oh yeah.
Want what's in the vault? There's no way you can get what's in the vault. You don't have. And he's like looking. You know, he's like, that's
We
like
don't have what?
100 metric tons. What's in the
Well,
vault?
well, I mean, I guess it would be a lot easier for whoever's coming for us after the ship is completely wrecked on the asteroid field.
Osha's eyes get like huge. She's like, shit.
You
So-
need to look both ways when you cross the street, OSHA.
Does this piece of information change the purser's reaction to any of this? Was he
Yeah.
aware of that being part of the plan or not? Is what I'm trying to aim for.
Yeah. He not that way. He's like more impressed that you have that information. It's
Okay.
not like new information to him.
Okay, so he was in on that. Okay,
Yeah.
so he wasn't just being played for a sucker to be spaced potentially. That
Yeah.
might still happen, but it's like, yeah, I'm sure it'd be a lot easier for the person who's coming for it after the ship is completely and utterly wrecked in the asteroid field. That is where the ship is headed, isn't it?
Not some. He's just like,
Or was
Can
it
we
an
not-
ambush?
can we talk somewhere else? This is awful close in here.
Yeah, you want some cookies? There's some cookies they just put out down
Yeah.
in
You know, some cookies sound good.
Super great. Those cookies are super great.
Those
Yeah,
cookies,
let's-
cookies sound good. So yeah, you two, Boris and Rick, like you saw, like them going down the hallway. There was a little bit of a kerfluffle there in the hallway. Like you were literally like, "Do we go in after them?" I guess, kind of a deal. And not too long later, like you see them walking back out of the room. There's like four of them. These two and Hashna and Ev. Like they're walking back towards the snack bar.
This'll be good.
And you remember Purser Vaughn, Johan,
I do.
and Boris. Remember he was trying to get in the lift with you guys
Yes.
when you were going down to the
Yes,
cargo
he
bay
ma-
level.
He,
vault
he,
level.
he made himself a viable target on the first day.
Yeah. You remember him? He really wanted to go down there with you, and you know, good thing for Commander Johan staying with the regs, going, you need the pass, you need the writ. And he's like, damn. You know, Johan's staying more and more in line with Imperial Navy regs. I don't know if this pirate group's going to be able to suffer him much more. I'm just saying. Where's his alliance is going to lie?
Oh, no. That was the reason I asked him about the bodies. I was going to take one of the hands off one of the corpses and use that to open up the
Oh,
other cryo tube to get the tube out.
that's all. That's
Yeah,
all.
that's all.
Oh well, I mean,
Yeah,
Damn.
I can dismember an arm or hand easily enough.
That's true. I
You're
mean,
not
you can,
gonna
go,
miss it.
you can go down into like one of the coffins and do that. That's easier than going to the cryo tube. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. My God. So anyway, so yeah, they're bringing you guys down there, and I'm going to try to make a long story short. And kind of do some Cliff Note role playing here. But yeah, give me who wants to give me the persuade to make them spill it.
I would actually like to look ominous.
Uh-huh.
So do
Do
a
we
little
all-
bit of intimidation on him.
So we
That
can
would
go
work.
into the room.
You're in the snack bar, yeah.
Oh, okay, I thought I was going into the room.
I have a
God,
0 in persuade.
there's no way all 6 of you can fit into the crew
Right.
quarters.
All right, I got a 12 on my persuade.
12 on your
Yeah, this-
persuade, really good.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, Matt, what I was saying is I was going into the room after they left.
Oh, if you want, yeah, you can do that. You won't be in on this conversation, but you
Yeah, I
can
know.
do that. All right, so you're going on and doing the checking the room.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead and make me I guess a recon roll
Recon or sensors?
or sensors or investigate, whichever you feel better with.
No, I'll go for investigate.
Okay,
12.
got it.
Actually,
All right.
14. I forgot my cybernetic eye.
Okay. So you do come across like another, like plain plastic tube about the same dimensions. Of the iridium tube, but it's just like plain plastic, like like a mailing tube, basically. You come across that; it's underneath OSHA's bed. It's like tucked under the mattress, kind of a deal.
Anything in the tube?
Yeah, there is a large piece of paper, papyrus-looking thing in there. Yeah.
Okay, I'll pull the papyrus out.
And there's all kinds of flowing script and legalese, gobbledygook. Let's see your advocate role, I guess.
Okay. 9.
9, not bad. So you're going to take some time deciphering this information, reading through it. It's like a long, scroll, and you're like, whereas the first party, blah 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 blah, and you're sorting through all this and like, okay, what is this all telling me?
I'm looking for a General Development Corporation showing up in there. See if this is the original one or the other one.
Got it. So yeah, you're scanning that and doing that. It's going to take a little while to disseminate that information. While we're doing that, we're going to get into conversation.
Okay.
And basically, to cliff note the role playing on that. Basically, Purser Vaughn and OSHA, they're working together to try to get that done. They're originally trying to do it for Jdeco, to replace this treaty that Jdeco wanted replaced. They needed to get it into the treasure vault and into the actual vault. But the closest they were able to get the copy that Jdeco wanted was in the cargo bay in a crate. And they were using that as like a holding area to whenever the vault got opened at the end of the tour, and they were going to try to slide it in there during the actual tour. So they haven't been able to actually get that done yet. That part done. But basically,
so all right. So I guess I was under a misunderstanding because I thought that crate was actually in the vault. I didn't realize it was just in the cargo area.
You guys were not allowed in the vault. You guys were not able to go into. You were able to go to the cargo bay around the vault.
Which is why I was asking my question earlier when you were saying certain things. That's where I had this confusion.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
All right. So they haven't switched it yet.
Yeah, they haven't made the switch yet.
Okay, so we need to get Johan so we can switch it. And we got to figure out how to break open an iridium tube of diplomatic level.
Mm-hmm.
If that's feasible. Or we just take off with the tube and they're screwed.
That's true. Basically, OSHA spills out her guts. It's like, she was contracted by Jdeco to do this job, and they were going to clean out the genetic sequencing in her family's DNA, which is a big deal on her planet.
Right.
To get that done is like a big deal. But then she found out through other communications, that Jdeco's not big on fulfilling their end of the bargains. and she had a feeling like they weren't going to do that, And then plus, when she found out about Harol planning to do the actual raid, she's like, he'll probably kill everybody, including me,
Yeah.
So she made that video basically to plead for her life, when Harol does do the job in Exe, that she had something that he could use. Plus the combination to the lock that she's been able to gather from the astrogation data. Remember, it's a time and space lock.
Right.
Yeah. So she's been pulling the astrogational data from the computer and putting it in a file, so that you can be able to trick the computer to go, yay, we're here, and it's such and such time, open, that kind of a deal. She's got like the combination to the lock, to the
Which
vault.
was my question I was going to ask earlier. Can we interpret anything like that out of what she had?
Yeah, basically, out of the math, yeah. And it checks out with what you would know, like when they tell you the story. Yeah, like, it could be done, but you would need that information, which, her being the astrogator, she would have access to that information. Yeah.
Okay. So now we got to come up with a plan to get to the tube inside the cryo chamber.
Yeah, because the tube's empty.
Well-
we still got to put the treaty in it. the fake treaty
Well,
in
no,
it.
I'm assuming the tube has the original treaty.
Yeah, we were able to sneak it out, but we haven't been able to shift it with the real treaty yet.
Correct.
Yeah, with the fake treaty yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
For
Did I-
clarification, the tube that's in the cryo has the original correct treaty in it.
That is correct.
So was it mentioned earlier? So the tube is in the medical bay?
Correct.
Yeah, in the cryo tube, the actual iridium tube, the
Through
diplomatic
we-
pouch.
And are we short on medical staff, Rick?
Yes,
I mean,
yes,
you're,
ma'am. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's going
He got-
in.
She got killed by the enraged cybernetic marine.
well, I've got training, medical training. I can
So
always
She can back you up. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
back you up.
Well, the thing is, we can get in the cryo tube. I mean, into the cryo tube in a couple of ways, I'm pretty sure, without leaving any trace behind, just from my work on different
And
types of equipment.
We're going to assume you come back with the fake treaty, and you're catching up on the conversation. So yeah. Oh my God, what was that?
Red alert.
Oh, train on my end. Hang on, I'll mute.
Okay, no, you're fine. You're
The
fine.
red alert.
It's the red alert on the ship. Exactly. At that end.
That's the Harrison Ford coming in a crashing arc.
Lift Officer Jen, she found out about you insulting Ev's character. But
I didn't insult Ev's character. I never said a word. I asked how much weight she had gained.
you know what?
You tried
You know,
to
you're
bribe
just
us
digging your hole deeper.
to knock off.
How are you still single? That's what I want to know.
My choice. Thank you very much.
Oh.
Nice. Oh, wow. But anyway, that basically, you once you've read all the legalese with your advocate role, basically, Johan, like the fake treaty that you've got in your hands, basically moves the Aslan border closer in the Trojan Reach. It lessens the Imperial side of the Trojan Reach of what they would have to monitor. It allows the Aslan to encroach in on some of the territory in the Trojan Reach, which again is kind of like the no man's land right now between the Aslan and the Imperium. And by doing that, like several sectors, several planetary systems would fall under Aslan control. or at least be threatened by the Aslans. Which, if you looked at it, you're like, this could make a lot of money for Jadeco as people need to get stuff moved and get things done, and you know, it's a very illustrious, very quick, very ingenious cash grab.
So
Is
I
what-
turn to our captain and say, "Are you wanting the Aslan to have more territory and more power?"
I'll just deadpan stare respond at him.
No, I mean, if we place this in the tube and it goes through all the ramifications, isn't noticed, you're basically.
I think it needs to be reworded, and yeah, instead of going under Aslan control, it's going under the true ruler of Drinax.
Under King Olive? Oh my God!
No, not by name, not by name.
Oh, the Triller of Drinax. Okay.
True
Look
ruler
at
of
you.
Drinax.
Look at you, metagaming to the end. Nice.
Not going to be by
Nice.
Olaf.
And this is
Nice.
why I have the skill set I have.
Nice. Forgery, exactly right. But yeah, basically, this treaty is, the forgers on this one did a really excellent job. Basically, the treaty is identical to the genuine Imperial Treaty, right down to genetically coded seals. According to the treaty, the Aslan claim rights to annex any worlds in the subsectors of Depressed, Sindel, Tile, which would be part of the Drinaxian area, Tayawaha, or the Borderland, on the condition they do not take any planet within 6 parsecs of the Imperial frontier, which would basically cut the Trojan Reach in half. In exchange for not protesting these territorial claims, the Imperium is granted favorable trade terms with the Aslan. Who would be negotiating these trade terms? I think we got a pretty good idea. Who would be doing that on behalf of the Imperium and the Aslan? So this again, the fake treaty basically, once it's uncovered, would basically say, hey, the Aslan can take over half of the Trojan Reach, and there's nothing the Imperium can do about it because the Imperium's going to get all kinds of awesome trade deals out of it.
Let me know when you want that roll. I got a 12 on deception.
Nice. So yeah, that's good. What are we doing?
We're altering we're altering the fake treaty to give jurisdiction to Drinax. Once again, not using names.
Yeah.
So he who rules Drinax rules this area.
Yeah.
He or she.
He or she.
Controls the spice. Controls the universe.
Or at least a subsector.
Yeah.
I like it.
And it, I'm going to, all right, that's on my deception. I'm going to do a persuade to help this, which I think I have at the same level. So that I put the wording right, but in the sense that both sides will think that Drinax will be their puppet state to screw the other guy.
All right.
Holy shit! I rolled boxcars again.
Nice.
So, we're looking at 15.
So you got your scanner on it, and you're doing stuff, and you're changing. You're basically moving the ink on the page around to get it to say what you want. So it's the original ink. You're just replotting it.
Hey,
on the,
if
on the
Johan is borderline tech level 16 between his ears and can let me move that ink around, I'm totally down with it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna look over his shoulder.
Just playing
You're really
Scrabble
good
with
at
the
that.
letter.
Really good with that. All right, so you're moving all that around. getting that done. So it's taking you a while. Like,
I agree that this is time consuming.
Yeah. So you're doing all that, and you're basically keeping everybody in there. And so basically, like, Purser Vaughn and OSHA are like, okay, what are you going to turn us into the captain, or how much do you want? What are we doing here? What are you doing with us? Is what they want to know.
You're starting a new career.
Yeah. I think you need to continue with your plan. It's just the scroll that you're going to replace is a little different.
Yep.
Okay. All right.
But the payoff's much better. You get to live.
And we'll even take you back to your homeworld.
Nice. All right. I'm glad with that. I'm down with that.
Yeah, we can use the purser on our ship.
Purser Vaughn's like, what? Oh, okay. So you guys are planning all that, getting that done, and then you get the alerts on the ship that the Henry Ford has landed. All crew prepared to receive the equipment. It's coming in. Exactly. So as the Henry Ford is docking on the starport.
I'm ready to let the coffee flow and to release the mop Roomba.
Exactly. So you're fixing the scroll work or what have you done like that. So but basically all the crew like file out into the hallway and then start going towards like engineering and the different areas that they've got to go to get all the new equipment aboard. They're taking out like huge sections of deck plating and stuff like that. To be able to move the jump drives and stuff in.
And by the way, Matthew, we make a picture. We take a picture of the new modified treaty.
Yeah.
So that Olev knows what he got.
We don't have to let him know anything yet.
The before and after.
The before and after. We're going to have that. And it's up to Olev to keep hold of it.
Are you going to let Abby's character hold? Are you going to let Abby's character hold her, or is she too big and she's going to get in the way? That's what I want to know. She's not going to get in the way.
Actually, I'm going to have the person.
Hey, Ab, you're still muted.
Just wow.
Wow. It's not going to get away.
Until she sees you in
it's
person.
amazing how I've made one comment, but everybody else has taken this everywhere else.
Just like the fish joke with Matt. Yeah. Funny with this group.
It's funny with this group. We just don't let it stop. All right, so
There's a red herring.
And it keeps going. Nice. It's the gift that keeps giving. So we're gonna stop here with the Henry Ford getting ready to unload all of its cargo that needs to go onto the Martin tube. Are we going to let things proceed as normal? Or are you going to delay, or are we going to jump with them? What's the plan?
The plan is the delays have already been put in.
Yeah. Are we going to let them keep going, or are we going to
we're
keep
going to
us on
let that
schedule?
keep going? So
Okay.
there will be snafus that have to be worked out. So the launch isn't going to be
On time.
on time.
And James, as head of engineering, I can make sure that we triple check everything just to make sure that nothing bad happens this time, because I don't want my highly trained, very valuable engineering workers to be damaged or hurt in any way. So
Yeah.
And there's no explosives involved in this delay.
Yeah.
Because
Exactly.
we're not trying to get the ship to go somewhere.
Well, I mean, the engineer crew already looked at Commander Johan like unto a god. So, yeah.
Yeah.
also, while on the background going, can we extrapolate the data so we can find out the code for the
But
vault?
this is going to be when part idiot computer connects to main computer, and there's a snafu because one used Java and one used something else.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the big question I have is like, are you letting them to go ahead and do the jump to the raid, or are you going to stop? You're going to warn the captain about the raid.
I'm
Think we
for
should
letting
warn.
it go to the raid.
Well, I don't want to die.
The idea is we're not on the ship when it jumps. We're temporary
Yeah.
crew.
I think
Because
Or-
this is how I look at it, Nash, is Iron Tooth's going to do our heavy work and get the vault. And then we take it from him when all the security's removed.
Well, I mean, I like where you're going. I mean, like, Iron Tooth's already got the vault. He wanted the vault anyway, but you've got, like, the treaty deal.
Yes. That's the. I mean, we got the diamond. He's getting the
He's getting the fitting.
zircon
Yeah.
encrusted tweezers that are left. I mean,
I mean, is the treaty more than what's in the vault? It's a push. I mean, it's a big step up for Drinax. It could be, a huge credit push for them in trade, further on down the line. Yeah.
Plus, it would
I
make
like
more
that.
sense for us to
because
rip off.
whoever
Iron Tooth.
represents Drinax now or in the future is really going to want this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, whatever's in the vault is kind of like, we got this. But the trick is you're still going to have to get it in there. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So,
Well,
either,
remember. Oh, that's right. Never mind.
I mean, that's OSHA and Purser Vaughn's job anyway, is they were supposed to get that in there. So, however that's going to get done now is going to be either you got one or two of you guys stick with them to get it in there, or you trust them to do the job. I mean, that's entirely up to you guys.
Well, I honestly see Johan being one of the people who's the most trusted crew member on this ship, next to the captain trusting himself, being the one to oversee so that there's no shenanigans.
For which part? Before the jump, you mean?
However you guys want to do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of confusion could be happening during the raid. I get it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Whether you want to do it during the jump or after the jump.
And remember, we currently have 2 ships waiting for us.
Yeah. Along with that. So, yeah, next session is going to be really interesting how this all plays out.
Well, okay. So, am I going to
Hope
be
you got
jumping
your
with
space
the
boots.
ship into the raid?
We don't know. We'll have to think about that while we're planning for the next
I
session.
want Cleo with me for backup.
That's a good choice. I would choose Cleo too. All right, guys. Well, we're going to sign off for this session, and we'll have looks like one more session when we'll do the actual raid and decide and see what shakes out. It's going to be interesting.
In conclusion.
All right, everybody. We got 2 weeks to see how we can extend it one more episode.
Hot dog! We can do it. I know we can.
Easy peasy. Battle 1 week, clean up the second week.
Well, yeah, we're
Easy
seeing our
peasy.
ship's going to be damaged, and so we're going to be repairing it.
Oh
And we
my
just sit
God.
around talking each other's feelings and how we like working with each other.
All right,
That's
so
what
we'll
I'm
see
here
you all
for.
next session. We'll see everybody next session. Oh my God.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for watching.